it's Lo.
Hi, I'm Hayleigh,
And we are Wrestling Winedown. On this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the best moments of the week, including moments from NXT Takeover, SummerSlam, Raw, Smackdown, and NXT.
And as always, our word on the street. So grab your glass of wine.
We're going in for the 3 count. A lot of moments to talk about. We missed you guys last week. We were on vacation. We're living it up. The wine is flowing. I love rosé. But you know what? Great time.
But we're
back.
back.
Yes. You know who else is back?
Sasha Banks.
I knew it. Okay, so I thought Sasha was actually going to return at SummerSlam. I've been putting on my predictions for the last 2 months that whenever Bayley has a match, there's going to be a surprise. I don't know if anyone's caught that or not, but finally, Sasha Banks is back.
And she's new and improved.
Yes.
With blue hair this time.
Did you expect her to come back on Raw?
I definitely was not expecting her to come back in the way that she did. And then she came out with her pink wig, ripped it off, blue hair. It was crazy.
A little bit of context behind this. I've seen a lot of people online who claim that they broke this story and they knew Sasha was coming back. When you break the same story for every pay-per-view and every weekly show, you're not breaking a story. But anyway, Sasha has been, on Instagram all this time. She's been posting these cryptic messages. We didn't know where she was. We didn't know if she had, was riding out the rest of her contract or if she was injured. We had no idea what was going on with her. So we're watching Raw. We see Natty come out. She lost her match the night before against Becky Lynch. And all of a sudden, Sasha's music hits. The arena goes absolutely wild. And everyone was just so surprised to see her. Purple wig. I knew that wig was not sitting properly when she came out.
I think that everyone was surprised that she came back on Raw instead of a pay-per-view like
Right.
everyone was expecting.
I liked how the cameraman was behind everyone when she came out, so you saw everyone recording. They did that the whole episode, which I thought was really neat. But she comes down the ramp. She gives these 2 little girls on the side a hug.
Aww.
Did you notice they had Becky Lynch jackets on? Which is it might not seem weird, but the context, it's foreshadowing. She comes in the ring. She has this emotional moment with Natalya, who was just talking about how it's been 1 year since she's lost her father, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And we think, wow, Sasha's back in this emotional moment. She goes to grab a microphone, she slaps Natty.
You would think she would comfort her, but no, heel Sasha is here.
And then we had a wig reveal. We haven't had a wig reveal in 7 years, and she has blue hair. We saw these pictures online of her with the dark hair, and we thought she's going to come back with this black hair. We don't know how to feel about it, but blue.
Looks so
kiss.
good.
I
Looks
love
so
it.
good. So going back in time to when Sasha left.
Right.
So right before Sasha and Bayley lost their tag team titles, they didn't know until right before the match.
Right, at WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania, they were told, hey, you guys are going to lose your titles. And Sasha was so mad. I would be mad too, because she was the inaugural champion, the first title holder, and all of a sudden gets an hour warning that she's going to lose her title.
Right.
So then she went on a little hiatus, and now she's here. I hope that they have good things planned for her and her return.
She's a heel now. We haven't seen her as a heel since she was in NXT.
Which is interesting because her and Bayley are both heels now. So
Is Bayley really a heel?
Sometimes not, but I don't think they will go back together.
You never know. It's WWE. You never know.
True.
So I asked some of our followers how they felt about Sasha coming back. At Sasha M. Park said that she's happy and thankful for any and all heel Sasha moments. Hey Aisha was actually at the show in Toronto, and she
nice.
said the place was loud. We were all genuinely shocked about her return, and her heel turn was done flawlessly. And finally, we have Krista D. Bryant. She said she's here for it. It's been a long time since we have seen her, and I'm happy that she is back in her heel character like she never left. I'm really here for this Becky and Sasha feud. Are you excited about a Sasha versus Becky match? I don't know if you saw it, but Becky had this interview before SummerSlam with some interviewer, and she kind of threw some shade at Sasha. And I think that's when a lot of people thought maybe Sasha's coming back soon, because Becky had a lot to say.
I think it'll be interesting to see the two fight together.
They are actually a part of the 4 Horsewomen. So it's Sasha, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Bayley. They were some of the top women in NXT when NXT first started. and then they all kind of went their separate ways. They've all won their championships, whatever. They've, had their moments together as well as separately. So I think it will be a good feud. I think there's a lot of history behind it. I think this is the perfect feud for Sasha to kind of dive into in her first hurrah back. A lot of people online, from what I was looking at, they didn't feel right about this.
Like, wrong time, or?
People felt weird because she's getting a title shot and she just came back, which I kind of roll my eyes at, because we know Alexa Bliss, she was injured. She was not in the ring all the time, and she got a title match. And I got on here and I remember I said, why is she getting a title match? She just came back. But Sasha comes back, she's been out for 3 or 4 months.
Well, people
longer.
have been missing her this whole time. It's not like people forgot about her. They've been like, where's Sasha? Where's Sasha?
Right, but people feel like she's not deserving of this title shot. But at the same time, some people will say, well, Alexa Bliss was deserving of this title shot when she came back and she was MIA for months.
Right.
It's not fair, in my opinion. It's not. Like, you have two talented women. You say one is deserving of a title shot when she's been out, but the other one, you think she's not deserving because you've read rumors online that she was crying on the floor when she lost her tag team titles at WrestleMania. And you think that she's been crying online and she's been doing this and that. I think it's bull.
Another great moment from this week, throwback to SummerSlam, was when Trish Stratus fought Charlotte Flair. It was a great moment. Everyone thought that this was a passing of the torch situation, but I don't think it was.
I think it was. This was Trish's last match. 2006 rolled around. Trish Stratus had her last match against Lita, and Trish said she's done now. She fought Charlotte Flair. She proclaimed that this would be her last match in her hometown of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Unfortunately, she lost the match, but I think this is passing of the torch. Like I said, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, however long ago, we've been seeing a lot of these scenarios, and this was a moment for Charlotte Flair to tell everyone in the locker room. She said it in an interview after the match. She can say, I beat Trish Stratus, the Hall of Famer, in her hometown of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. A lot of people cannot say that. And for it to be Trish's last match, it was emotional. I think people expected Trish to put over Charlotte because, Trish has so much history in the business. And Charlotte, of course, she has history as well, but she's just really getting started in her career. So to have someone such as a WWE Hall of Famer put her over in her last match, I think it is a passing of the torch. It's showing that we have these women in the past who have made history, who have won all these titles, who have put WWE women on the map, but it's time to pass the torch to these other women who are making a name for themselves inside and outside of the ring.
It was a really good match. And I remember the announcer saying that Charlotte lives, breathes, eats wrestling. Like, that's it. And then Trish used to do that, but now she's kind of stepped away from that because she's a mom and all of that. So, I mean, in that aspect, yes, it was a passing of the torch, but it wasn't like emotional, like between the two. It wasn't like Trish was like, all right, you're going to take this on now.
Well, in her interview after Charlotte's interview, I don't know if you watch her stuff that she does when she's done with matches, but she completely breaks character. So it's not like how she is in her interviews with Charlie Caruso and these other interviewers backstage. It's very raw. It's her. And she said, I respect Trish so much, and it just meant a lot to be able to be with her in the ring. She's a mom now, and for her to be able to come back and have this great match. Just the emotion, I felt like we might have not seen Trish's side, but just how Charlotte Flair acted in that interview, you could tell, like, now she has that under her belt. She's beaten Trish Stratus. So kind of in that way, it was a passing of the torch. It wasn't like Roman Reigns and The Undertaker where they're in the ring and he's like, it's your yard now. Sometimes you don't have to really say anything for it to be a full passing of the torch. It's the moment.
Yeah. Because I was just expecting something more emotional between the two. But no, that makes sense how after she broke character, like how she would say all those things.
I also, side note, this is probably just me, but the WWE cameramen, I don't know why, but they kept catching my girl's
Her tracks.
Both I don't like that. I do not like that. So they need to work on that. Because I saw all her hair. All of it.
And there was a moment where you saw Charlotte's too. They look good.
They look good. But girl, we don't need to be seeing your tracks like that.
At least none of them came out in the middle of the ring.
Yes. Another great moment that happened at SummerSlam, we saw the Beast, the reigning, defending, undisputed champion Brock Lesnar go against Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins actually won the title. Great match. Seth Rollins fought his ass off to win this title. Love Paul Heyman's reactions in the corner. He's just so animated.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really makes a match, but it was a good match. I think a lot of people, including myself, didn't really know how this one was going to go. I was hoping that Seth would win the title back. I felt like WWE brought in Brock Lesnar as well as people like Goldberg and Trish Stratus for that extra factor for people that had watched it in the 90s and early 2000s who would know, the career of Trish Stratus, of Goldberg, of Brock Lesnar, for them to watch this pay-per-view and kind of see the younger talent and how the WWE has evolved. But I didn't really see Brock Lesnar retaining. I think I might have predicted it, but I don't know. You wonder, what is Brock going to do next?
Well, I saw some rumors online. You're going to be upset about this. Are you ready?
That he's going to win the title back.
No, they think he's not going to come back until Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. They think that is when he'll come back because he's been in all the Saudi Arabia matches so far.
He liked that Saudi Arabia money, that's why.
And so they think he'll take a little break and then come back.
And win the title again.
Probably.
I wouldn't be shocked. But we need some new meat. I'm tired of seeing Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. I'm tired of seeing the same people in the title picture. That's why I'm really excited for this King of the Ring tournament because it's bringing newer faces in. We have Ali, we have Andrade, we have, Drew McIntyre. He's kind of been he's kind of been just
he used
hanging
to be
out.
bigger than he is now, I think, when he first came in, but
he died down a little. Once he stopped teaming with Dolph Ziggler, I felt like he really died down. They tried to keep him relevant with the whole Roman Reigns storyline, but everyone and their mom was tired of seeing it. A lot of people don't want Drew to win this match, the King of the Ring tournament, which, I don't know.
Who do you think could beat Brock Lesnar if it's not Seth Rollins? Who do you think would be the next competitor that would win the title from Seth Rollins and then take it over to Brock Lesnar?
I would love to see Ali with the title.
Yeah.
And I know it's really early because, he's just really starting to rise, but he has this persona as a superhero. People don't really like it online. They think it's a little bit corny, but think about it. You have a superhero and you have a beast.
Right.
It's a great storyline that I feel like has a lot of potential. Seth Rollins and Ali could put on a great match. And
oh, absolutely.
I feel like that would work.
Well, what do you think about Buddy Murphy? He's kind of had this thing with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And they had a great match on Smackdown this week where it was kind of unexpected that Buddy Murphy would come out and fight Roman Reigns, and he put on a great performance.
I think Buddy Murphy has a bright, shining future. Kevin Owens mentioned that he was one of the superstars that hadn't really had an opportunity once he was drafted to SmackDown, and it was great to see him in this match with Roman Reigns. Did we expect to see it? No, but Buddy Murphy, wrong timing, wrong place.
Or right timing, right place.
Well, in reference to the whole thing with Roman Reigns, having that thing backstage fall on him, and then
everyone thought it was him because he was in the
background. So wrong place, wrong time, and then.
But this is one of the biggest opportunities of his entire career. So, go him, and I hope that WWE runs with this because I see a good storyline that could come from this.
But do you think he attacked Roman Reigns?
I think wrong time, wrong place. I think that it was probably someone else, probably Daniel Bryan and Rowan, I'm thinking. But you were saying someone else earlier. Who was that?
I actually read something online where some people think it might be Luke Harper, which seems crazy because Luke Harper has been in a lockdown for his contract for at least 6 months now. Since he asked for his release, WWE did not give him his release, and he's kind of been stagnant. We haven't heard from him other than it's Tuesday or it's Wednesday. You know what that means, those tweets. But we haven't seen him. I think it would bring him into a storyline that he would thrive in because he would be a top match competitor.
Yeah.
He's with Roman Reigns. If they do it correctly and they bring Daniel Bryan in, they bring Rowan in, I don't know, maybe they're involved in it somehow, but they're not the main culprit. I think it could do great things for Luke Harper. Maybe he'll want to stay in his WWE contract if he's put up there as a top competitor, which I think he should be. He's been in the company long enough. He's a great competitor. They need to use him.
I hope that if he does come back, he sees the whole plan, that they're not just going to use him for this and then drop him off.
Right.
But this also means probably Buddy Murphy's time will come to an end with Roman Reigns. I
honestly feel like Buddy Murphy even though this was a great moment for him with Roman Reigns, I feel like he needs a steady storyline.
Yeah.
If he didn't attack Roman, it doesn't make any sense for him to keep going back and forth with Roman.
Right.
If he's not involved in the storyline. They need to find someone who is almost on the same level as him or maybe a little bit above, that is talented, that is hungry for competition, that they can have in a good storyline. Maybe they could bring up the whole wild card rule that they seem to be using and put Andrade in a storyline with him. You have all these talents on all these different rosters. You have these wild card rules. You have everything. Let's get some solid storylines, please.
I agree. That's all we need, WWE. Just give it to us. I just want to bring up something really quick that happened during SummerSlam that I thought was insane. So during the Ricochet and AJ Styles match, when the OC was out there with him, Ricochet jumped on their shoulders to hit AJ Styles. Did you see this?
I did see this match.
He bounced off of them, and I was like, oh my God, that's insane that he can do that.
I think Ricochet is an insanely great competitor. I like the storyline that's going on, but I really don't like the name the OC. I think of the old show, The OC, that used to come on Fox. Are we going to have a tag team that's called The Hills or Laguna Beach? I don't like the OC. Let's just say the club. I don't know if you saw recently, but Finn Balor was on a match, and they kind of teased the whole club thing with Finn coming back with them. AJ was in the ring, kind of insinuated, when you're ready to come back, we'll have you. But as we've heard, Finn Balor's taking time off. He's going to go get booed up, and he got defeated by Bray Wyatt. Which, insane.
That was scary.
Insane. Absolutely insane. That's all I have to say. They have this down so well.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that I think WWE is doing very well. Bray Wyatt, we've seen these promos, we've seen his little entrances and whatever, but this match, it was creepy. He wore the mask the whole time. And I don't know if you saw his lantern. It was his face with the mouth open.
Yep,
Crazy.
terrifying.
He has the same aura that The Undertaker used to have when I was 10 or 11 and I first started watching. It is scarier because it's more of a horror type thing. I feel like The Undertaker was more
spooky.
He's spooky. But this is horrific. You're just I was even this is a little bit weird. He didn't, just the whole mask thing. I don't know what it is.
They're doing great things with this.
They are. I'm excited to see what happens next. I know you probably realized that he wasn't on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't on SmackDown. I think that adds to the mystique of him. You don't know when he's going to pop up. When he does, he's going to make an impact.
He's in the Firefly Funhouse.
He is.
Chilling with his homies up there.
Mm-hmm.
Another great moment from this week was on NXT Takeover Toronto when Io Shirai defeated Candice LeRae. During this match, Shirai showed how dangerous she is as a competitor because there were neck breakers off the rope, reverse hurricanranas, and the devastating Spanish fly by Shirai during this match. It was insane. LeRae put up a good fight, but against Io Shirai, she really had no chance after she pulled out these moves.
Io Shirai has an evil side, and I like it. She was very nice and just a great competitor, but she was so, the sweet girl, that you would want to be friends with. And then when Candice LeRae started getting up in her business, she was like, girl, bye. And you could tell she started getting irritated because she was having these title matches. Obviously, Shayna's besties, Jessamine Duke, and Marina Shafir, they would get involved in these matches, and Candice LeRae would come to the rescue for Io Shirai. But the last match that Shayna Baszler and Io Shirai had was a steel cage match. And
which was crazy.
It was crazy, but did you see the ending? The door hit Io Shirai. She was about to leave the cage, but it hit her, and then Shayna Baszler was able to get out the cage. And that's when Io, lost because
she was I should have won this, and now I'm going to win everything.
Well, that's when she had attacked Candice because Candice got involved in the match. She shouldn't have gotten involved, and can you blame her? I mean, obviously Candice was trying to help her, but I think she had it handled.
Yeah.
But I think this was a great match. I think Io Shirai is definitely a force to be reckoned with on the NXT roster.
I agree.
And we'll see if she gets another title shot. I've been seeing a couple little rumors online, a couple pictures of some people who might be in the title run. Not going to drop anything yet because I think I might have seen a spoiler. I don't remember off the top of my head. So we'll have to stay tuned.
Yeah.
Another great match from NXT Takeover saw the NXT champion Adam Cole facing off against Johnny Gargano in a 2 out of 3 falls match that lasted 51 minutes.
51
Crazy.
whole minutes.
This match had 3 types of stipulations. The first fall was a normal match. The second was a street fight. And the third fall was a cage match, which was announced by NXT General Manager William Regal. These men are so talented. We've seen them face off before, but this was absolutely nuts. We saw them in 3 types of matches, and I felt like they did a pretty good job. You know, by the end, obviously, it's been an hour. People are a little bit tired. I think it was still a great match.
During the last fall, they brought out ladders and sledgehammers. So even though they were tired, they used props to like make up for that. And I mean, props to them. That is crazy that they were able to go this long.
Who do you think is going to challenge Adam Cole next for this title? Do you think Johnny Gargano is going to get another shot at this title? We've seen them go at it a couple times now. Different champions. Gargano was champion before. Adam Cole has been champion. Do you think this is going to continue, or do you think someone else is going to get involved and maybe go at the title?
I think that they're not worn out yet. So I think that they're going to keep going for a little bit. And I mean, it's still interesting, like, for them to be able to just throw in a steel cage match at the very end. I think that, I mean, I find it interesting. So it could be someone else, but I think they're going to keep going.
I mean, I think it's interesting. I obviously think these 2 competitors are talented, but I think we need something new.
Mm-hmm.
In the back of my head, I don't want it to happen, but I feel like it needs to happen. We need the Undisputed Era to either get all the gold, so that means Roderick Strong get that North American title from Velveteen Dream, and then Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly as the tag team champions again, and then Adam Cole as the NXT champion. We either need that, so it's like an Undisputed Era dynasty. They're literally undisputed in all areas. They should have had a woman in there, but I don't know if they're going to. Or they need to just break up, because I feel like it's just, you see them trying to go for all the gold, but it's like, how long are they going to keep doing this for until they all win the gold? At some point, is someone going to get irritated, maybe Roderick Strong, and say, F it, like, I'm done with this Undisputed Era, and go out on his own and try and get that NXT title from Adam Cole? Well, maybe Kyle O'Reilly or maybe Bobby Fish, they'll get tired of it. I don't know.
Now to our word on the street. Rumor has it that WWE officials are currently negotiating with the city of Los Angeles and the LA Rams to bring WrestleMania to their new stadium, which makes me super excited because the Raiders are coming to Las Vegas. We live in Las Vegas. We have a new stadium.
Being
WrestleMania.
Built 2020 or done by 2020.
Right? WrestleMania could be there. And we're here. And we could be there.
I love when WWE events are on the West Coast. I don't travel a lot to go, but just seeing that WWE is, branching out to the West Coast, there's a lot of events on the East Coast. It makes me have hope that maybe one day we'll have something other than just Elimination Chamber once every couple years.
Right.
I would love to see WrestleMania here. It's a little bit hot.
Well, I'm ready to drop all of my money and get some floor tickets.
I'm ready to drop my $3.
Sweat on
yes. Oh, wow.
That's all I really want.
Wow.
One drop of sweat.
Okay.
The look you're
on.
giving me.
They want to hold WrestleMania there in 2022. We'll see what happens. I'm optimistic about WWE heading WrestleMania out to Los Angeles. I think it would be great.
I agree. Speaking of LA, SmackDown's 20th anniversary is going to the City of Angels this October.
And they've already announced some of the lineup, including Hulk Hogan, Sting, Ric Flair, Booker T, I hear you laughing, Lita, Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, Bill Goldberg, Trish Stratus, Mark Henry, and Jerry Lawler. There hasn't been no announcement whether The Undertaker is involved, even though he is on some promotional pieces. I think they're missing a lot of people on here. I know we have a couple months, but there is a lot of people that I have said in recent episodes that should definitely be involved. Absolutely 100%. Batista. He started on SmackDown. That's where he made his name at. Edge and Christian.
Because we just had the Raw reunion, so
right.
This is kind of like a SmackDown reunion, but hopefully they get more people.
They absolutely need more people. Michelle McCool, Layla, bring back Lay Cool for one night, please and thank you. There's so many superstars that made their name, even I think I brought up before, JBL, Orlando Jordan, Jillian Hall. I've been watching old SmackDown episodes from like 2006, 2007, so I'm really on like a SmackDown kick.
Mm-hmm.
If they need someone to like make a list of who they should invite,
Right.
I
Lo
can
will
help
make
them.
the
I can
invites
help
and
them.
send them out.
Yes, for free. Actually, no, I would like 2 tickets to the event,
Okay.
but low cost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very low cost.
Because they clearly need help. Why is Hulk Hogan invited? We're not going to go there today.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today. So for weeks we've been talking about this AEW versus WWE
The
feud.
war.
The war, yes. And Ringside News just released an article talking about subscriptions on Double or Nothing versus SummerSlam.
Okay.
So in total this year, WWE Network subscribers went down 9%. So, I mean, that's a lot of people, but 9%.
They probably have a lot more, so
Right.
it's not that big of a hassle.
Double or Nothing only had 436 people who paid to watch it.
What?
436, which is crazy to me.
What?
Because all these people online that were like, AEW is better than WWE, did they watch it?
Well, you have to think about it like this. A lot of people probably bought it and had a lot of people over, maybe
Yeah.
had a party, but 436, I do not believe that
doesn't make
number.
sense.
I need to see some paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's no way.
Because I don't know if that'd be profitable for them. That's insane.
436 buyers, $50 for the pay-per-view. That's about $21,800. Okay, that's a good amount of money.
Yeah.
And they also make money from the ticket sales.
Right.
So I think they probably did good on the pay-per-view.
But that number's
that's
shocking.
a lot. Yeah, that's very low.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to think about how many people do buy WWE pay-per-views. They're on the network, so you have to
Right.
buy the network. So
Right.
obviously WWE, it doesn't have them broken up to figure out, well, this person or these people pay to watch this pay-per-view. They can figure out maybe when they subscribe to the network, but they can't tell, like, for what.
Mm-hmm.
If you sign up the day of the pay-per-view, maybe. Or maybe it's just a coincidence. I don't know. But it would be interesting to see those numbers.
Like broken down.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't know. I just would have expected more people to pay for. And I know it was their first one, so I'd like to see how they do at this next pay-per-view that
Right.
they're putting on. But
All in. Chicago. Coming up.
hell yeah.
A lot of
But
people are going.
I don't know. That's just crazy to me.
They sold out the arena.
Yeah.
And the arena's huge. So I think they still made a good amount of money from
I
this.
think they would do better if they had more of like a network thing.
Well, they're coming to TNT
Right.
this fall.
Mm-hmm.
They've already announced their 2 dates. Tickets went on sale today. Of course, they sold out. They're doing great with ticket sales.
Yes.
But you have to think a lot of people aren't willing to pay $50 to just watch one event.
Right.
So when they have something on TNT every week for people to watch, they might do a little bit better. They'll be able to go off ratings instead of how many buys they got.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm the one talking about numbers, and I hate math.
Well, we're both journalism majors, and they say
Yes.
journalism majors are the worst at math, so.
But we love wrestling. That's all that matters. And we
Yeah.
love wine. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Wrestling Winedown. You can find all of our other episodes available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and wherever else you listen to your podcast.
You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at WWDcast. That is at WWDCAST.
Let us know what you thought about the episode. What was your favorite part?
We upload episodes every Saturday.
Until next time, enjoy your wine and, of course, enjoy your wrestling. Cheers!